My goodness.
You not gonna prop the phone up?
No, I'm holding it just like this.
That light. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, question number one. Okay. What are your grocery shopping habits?
Well, you mean by habits like what do I usually buy? I usually buy. Well, I buy a lot of fresh produce like vegetables and sometimes fruits, fresh meat, frozen. Don't really buy a lot of canned goods or boxed goods. I always make sure I write a list and everything before I go shopping, and I always have a budget before I go grocery shopping.
What's your budget usually?
My budget is usually 60. I try not to go over $60. Sometimes it gets to 65, 70, depending upon what we're gonna eat.
All right. Food choices when shopping. What are they?
Food choices. Most of the time, rice, cauliflower, always get some of that. Always broccoli, mushrooms, cheese, cream cheese, butter, pork chops, chicken, ground beef, sausage, bacon, always eggs, always either some type of heavy whipping cream or sometimes coconut milk, like canned coconut milk. I'm trying to think of what else. Those are pretty much the main nuts. I try to buy nuts a lot. Already said cheese, different types of cheeses, salamis.
Yeah, we're on
I
keto,
guess that's more.
so it's all.
Yeah, I'm on keto, so I guess as far as the processed meat, that would be like the salami. Salami would be more of like the processed meat, but things like that. Sometimes sparkling water. Sometimes flavored sparkling water, like naturally flavored sparkling water.
Okay. Organic versus pesticides.
Sometimes I will buy organic avocados. Organic avocados taste better than regular avocados. I don't buy a lot of organic foods, but I will say I do prefer organic avocados.
But organic is usually more expensive.
Yes, organic is usually more expensive. So, and avocados are expensive anyway. So, sometimes that's like treating myself when I want to buy organic avocados.
How do you usually prepare the food? Like packaged processed meals or fresh cooked foods?
Oh, fresh cooked. Most of the things are fresh cooked.
Yeehaw. How do you prepare foods different than grandma prepares foods or Nana prepared foods?
Well, I wasn't around my Nana a lot when she prepared foods, but I guess when she prepared foods, it was a lot of baking, a lot of like muffins and making things from scratch. We still all make things from scratch, but we eat way more meat. Like my mother growing up, meat they didn't have meat at every meal like we have meat at every meal. So it's not a lot of meat involved. I would say since I'm on keto, I'm probably in a way cooking like my grandmother would cook because they would cook with lard, like I use bacon grease like when I cook. So they would cook with real fats and they would have butter and stuff like that. So in a way I'm cooking like how they're cooking, but as far as just the proportion of meat, they didn't grow up because meat was expensive. Yeah. So they didn't have meat at every meal. You may have had like a pot of beans and maybe with some rice that had meat in it. And I would say it was more starch because starch is cheaper. Rice, beans, potatoes. So they would eat more of those types of things than relying just on basically meat and certain vegetables.
Okay, yeehaw. Well, we are now done with the interview, so
okay.
It's over now.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye.